The Falcons are looking to talk trade for the number 4 pick. Should the Chicago Bears be making a phone call? Let's talk about it, starting now. And if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports weekly. We don't want you to miss a thing, so make sure that you hit that bell. Now, the Atlanta Falcons are looking to talk a little bit of trade, looking to move out of that number 4 spot in the draft, move back in the draft, probably gain a ton of assets for the future to make that move happen. But the pick is possibly up for grabs. And so the question on the table today, should the Chicago Bears be picking up the phone and making a phone call? We've already seen one blockbuster trade in this draft already. San Francisco trading picks with Miami and also throwing in a ton of other picks. I think there was like 2022 first, 2022 third, 2023 first. It got crazy out there. But with that kind of trade, the market's now set. That's what a 3 went. You can give a little bit less for a 4, but your package probably isn't going to be too dissimilar from that if you do look to move up. So is that something that the Bears should be picking up the phone for? Is that something that the Bears should be making a call for? Now, to me, I think you gotta weigh the pros and cons here. You have to really believe, and we know Ryan Pace and his convictions. He'll pull the trigger on a big deal if he really believes somebody's there. You have to really believe that there is a franchise quarterback outside of the top 2. You have to really believe that because Trevor Lawrence, that Zach Wilson are looking to go 1 and 2, right? That's probably how this draft's gonna go. Trevor Lawrence 1 to Jacksonville, 2 is gonna be Zach Wilson to the New York Jets. Now it's like, okay, now you have to figure out kind of who is San Francisco interested in. And honestly, it seems like San Francisco heavy interest based on a lot of the stuff that we've been hearing in Mac Jones. And so now you're looking at kind of the remaining quarterback candidates. Like, are these guys franchise quarterbacks? Because you don't make this move, in my opinion, you don't make this move if you're not going to find your franchise quarterback. If Mac Jones does go off of the board 3, now you're talking about Trey Lance, Justin Fields. How you guys feeling about them as a potential quarterback for the Chicago Bears? I think there's a ton of interest there, but you also have to weigh this in your head as well. Who after that is looking to take a QB? Who after that is going to be on that market? Is there a chance that you can save a lot of money and possibly, because if it is true that San Francisco is looking to take Mac Jones, I think that would switch a lot of things up at the quarterback position. Is there somewhere lower that you might be able to get in, still get your franchise quarterback, but save a little bit on that package instead of moving all the way up to 4? Now, before I continue with the video, I want to know you guys' opinion. Let me know in the comments below. Should the Chicago Bears look to trade up to the 4th spot with the San Francisco 49ers? I'll be down there talking with you in the comments as well. To me, both Trey Lance and Justin Fields, both viable options. I mean, heck, even if they took one of the other 2, Mac Jones still a viable option if he's there in your first round. Somebody that I would definitely look for the Bears to go after if he falls low enough to you. I think after his pro day and all that, he's probably going to go pretty high. But just saying that out of those 3, if one of those 3 falls to you, say they get to 15, I'd like to see the Bears make a call in that situation. But to me, the package to get up to 4 would be so great, so vast, and you still have so many holes to fix. And to me, you're doing that for a guy that is a maybe. Now, sometimes you have to take these risks for the quarterback position, but still, say we get a Trey Lance in there, say we get a Mac Jones, say we get a Justin Fields, right? Which all 3 names would sound great in Bears jerseys as we're kind of getting ready for the draft in a little under 3 weeks. You still have to protect those guys. Without those picks, are you going to be able to find the offensive linemen that you were probably projected to get in this draft to protect those guys? Are you going to be able to go out and find that offensive tackle to protect one of those guys standing behind it? Because to me, it seems like every Bears video I've been saying this, but I still stand on this. You're not going to be able, no matter who's back there, to accurately assess their talent, accurately assess their ability if they're running for their lives, play in and play out. And I'm sorry, I don't want to see one of these young guys standing behind Jermaine Ifedi every single play. And we saw what San Francisco's package was. You're going one pick behind them. Maybe you can get away with something a little bit less, but you're still given a major package there. You're still given a major package, more than likely major picks, probably a couple of them in this draft alone. And in all honesty, you have to ask yourself, would you even be able to put together the best package out of the teams that are probably going to be looking to call? I mean, Adam Schefter reported that Denver's probably in the mix. New England probably going to be in a little bit of a mix for this one. The Washington football team is probably still kind of in on this as well. I don't know if they're 100% sold on Taylor Heineke, although great game, brother. But you really have to look at it and assess, okay, are we going to be able to put together the best package on the board? Are we going to be able to go out and put together something that Atlanta would actually want to make this deal? And with the 20th pick, that's tough to say. I think the Patriots and Broncos in this situation are probably the teams in the best position to make this kind of deal, because if you are going to put together a package for picks, you're able to make that trade if you're Atlanta, move back into a position. I believe Denver is 9. I want to say that New England's 15. You're moving back into a position where there still might be one of these guys on the board. You might be able to move back, still find a quarterback that we're saying is a possible franchise quarterback moving forward, and still be able to get that package done. So the Bears really are behind the 8 ball. So to me, you would have to put together such an astronomical package to get this kind of deal done, right? You would have to put together a few first-round picks, honestly, probably 3 first-round picks, just to outbid what the other teams are going to be able to put together. You're going to have to entice them with something like 3 first-round picks. Now, listen, if you've done your evaluation and you see, like, you and Matt have gotten together and you see that this guy, Trey Lance or Mac Jones or whoever it is going to be the next quarterback of the Bears, and he's going to be the one to finally get the Bears that quarterback position, it's tough for me to say don't pull the trigger. For me, I don't believe Ryan Pace is going to be able to find it. I don't think Matt Nagy's going to help him that much. But so it's not tough for me to say don't pull the trigger. But I guess if I'm sitting in Ryan's shoes, if I saw that and I evaluated it as this guy's going to change this franchise, it's tough for me to say don't pull the trigger. But the caveat to that is you lost some pieces in this season, in this offseason. You lost some pieces that you're going to need to replace. And you also need to shore up your offensive line before you start looking at the fact that you want to send somebody back there to run for their lives again. So is it worth it? Is there a position where maybe you're able to trade with the Broncos, or you're able to trade with the New England Patriots to still get yourself in a position for one of those top 5 quarterbacks? So I guess if it's me, I would not want to see the Bears trade up to 4. Not right now. Not right now, because I think the package you would have to offer to outbid the teams, now it also depends on if these teams are bidding, but from what we're hearing, these are the teams that are going to be calling. But if they are bidding, you would have to put so much together to outbid a lot of the teams that are trying to get up to 4. I would say no. Yeah, I'm saying I would say no. I would say stand pat. See if you can trade for one of the. See if whoever misses out on getting up to 4, if you can trade for their pick. If New England's the one that gets up to 4, see if you can then trade with the Broncos for their pick and see if they want to move back, kind of gain some extra assets, and maybe then you can find a way to find another quarterback in this draft. Because I think in that situation, it leaves you with a little bit more wiggle room to work with to find other pieces this year. But as always, I want to know how you guys feel. Let me know in the comments below. Should the Chicago Bears look to trade up to 4 with the Atlanta Falcons? I'll be down there talking with you in the comments as well. As always, it is your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Chicago sports content. Click the links here. Check the links in the description below. Shout out Jay Crit for sending me this question, man. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.